G'day guys, welcome. We're just going to have a quick run through of the end-to-end process for using our ResultsHQ platform for your upcoming carnival. So step one, in theory you've already done this, you've gone to our booking page and you've filled in the details. So we know about your carnival. We've also then provided you with some templates, which is for your athletes, records, program and points. We've got some other videos to run you through that. So we've done step one and step two. Now we're going to talk more about the actual day. So we're going to do some pretend races and results entry, some field entry, and then jump into the reporting and the points and things like that. So just a refresher, to get into the Results HQ, we come into resultshq.com.au, but we don't want to jump in here. This is for the family. So you're an admin user. And then in the admin area, you will have your email and your password. So I'll just use mine. Okay, so I've just jumped into the profile here, I've logged in successfully. A refresher on the home screen here, we have all the athletes currently in this profile. There's 307, and the age groups and the count. Blue is for boy, red is for girls. And if I want to find an athlete to do some editing, then let's just look up a Nick. There I am. I can edit my details. So if I need to change the number or a typo or date of birth or age or gender or the club / house, whatever the details are, this is where I can go to change that and update that. And alternatively, we may want to just look at all our athletes. So if I come in here to members, drop down member list, then here's all the athletes, and I can click on the first name to edit the details of the athlete or the last name to edit the family details. So that's how to find an athlete and how to edit them. But back on the home screen, at this point in time, there'll be some dates, one or multiple dates, depending on what's set up. We are in the demo area, so this is just full of all sorts of stuff. So we don't currently have one for today. So this will be the process that we've done for you. We've gone into the season calendar. We've added a date, so we'll just add one for today. Testing and today's date. I'm just going to recycle. Well, actually, I'll just do a manual one. So I'm just going to put in male, female, put in all these age groups that we want to have participate for today's dummy events. Just selecting a whole random, there we go. We're now going to add these to the program. Once that refreshes, then they're going to be in here. Also, back on our home page now, we're going to have the date. Another bit of information about that is you may want recording sheets, paper recording sheets, in which case I can click on this recordings form and I can choose today's date and filter if I just want the discus, for example, preview these, and any athletes that match those age genders will then be available. If they have PBs, they'll be in there too. So here's all those recording sheets. We can go print and print to PDF or print to whatever your printer is, and then they'll be split out into these sheets here. That's recording sheets. Also, what we do on this page is we may be manually entering results. So if I click on the 2nd of February, currently there's no results because we've just added this one in. All the events that we've built out are on this screen. I can use some filters if I want to just reduce this list to be more manageable. I can go back to view all. Now if I wanted to actually enter some field events, let's say the javelin has just come in for 7 female. If I hold the control key and click on javelin, and then I'm in the results entry screen, hit the blue enter edit results. So this is how I can go and put in. So let's put in, say, 12.25, tab 13.24. This one was a no throw because they stepped over the line or did whatever they did. And then we've got a 15 point. Now I don't have to put everyone's results in, just those that we actually did have. I can either hit enter to save or press the blue button. This will just flag if there was any record or potential records, and we go accept. We've now got first, second, third, and no throw. I could then also hit calculate event points. And now on our home screen, when we go back here, we've got the date, and there's 4 because we put in 4 results of 307. I just need to go and turn on the points. So now we've turned on points. Sorry, I forgot to do that because I just added the date. Let's go recalculate those points. Calculate meet points. Now back on the home screen, we actually have the 4, but now we have points. Before that was zeroed out. So that's the process. And if I wanted to go and edit those results, for some reason we've got some more, or I did a typo, then I can go back in. The default of this screen is all the events that do not have any results. So the one that we just did is now hidden in the with results, and here it is here. Got the 4 of. So let's just jump back in. We found some more results that have come in late. So let's put in 15 point this, and we'll do a 12 flat. Save this. Yes. Recalculate points. Done. Home screen now has more points. And that's how we do results entry. So if we're bringing in lots of paper, you can have multiple laptops set up and just keying straight into the web. Now what we're going to have a look at is some timing. Now with the timing, there's 3 different ways of running this. One is using, as the athletes finish, we record who they are at the finish line. So let's just bring up the timing screen. So I've just got a dummy race set up here. So we're just going to start the race, and the race is just about to be ran and finished. So I'm just going to put some dummy times in here. Now as the kids walk off the track, we're going to put in some numbers or some names and so on. Or I can type a name. So that's finish line entry. Okay, save. However, we may want to do something that's a bit more efficient, and we call that the start line process. So let me bring up another screen and we'll run this in parallel. Okay, so now what we have on the left is my phone, and I'm going to go into start line. So that's my phone over here. It's just mirrored on the screen so you can see it all in one place. And the idea behind this is outline process is the most organized the kids are going to be is at the start end of the track. So while they're down there and organize, let's go and key in who they are. So I'm just going to quickly put some names in. So by using the names or the numbers, we can then go and allocate kids to lanes. Okay, so I've just quickly gone and put this in. Obviously, if we were doing it normally, there'd be the number on the kid's hand written in a fat texter, which was given out at roll call. And then those kids are now at the start line, whether it's the field, whether we're at the swimming pool or we're at the track. They're now in lane order with a number on their hand, and somebody with this phone or with the tablet is going along and just writing the number that's on their hand into the lane that they're physically standing in. Now at the finish line, I hit create. Moments later, that appears here. Boop. Now at the finish line, we run this race or swim this race, whatever the event is. Meanwhile, at the start line, they can go and get the next row of kids ready. So again, I'm just going to do a quick entry here. We would normally use the actual kids that are actually doing it versus I'm just doing a quick version of just putting anyone in. Create. You can now see on my left screen over here, I've got 2 races queued up. This race is about to finish. That race is done. And we're going to go stop. Yes. Upload. Save. Done. We're on to the next one. Then my phone, you'll see, has updated over here. So the start line people, as far ahead as they feel comfortable to be from the actual running of kids or swimming of kids, they can go ahead and put in all the kids into the lanes and just rack them up, have them all queued up. Okay, so that's what we call the start line process. Now at the finish line, our role is purely making sure the kids are doing the right thing and then pressing save at the end of the race because we already know who's in which lane. Okay, so that's the finish line process. And there's one more process which is not as common for schools because school carnivals tend to be a bit more fluid. There could be a lot of pre-organizing happening, but then things just happen on the day. So let's jump back into the web and we're going to set up quickly for today some some seeding of athletes. So I'm just going to do lane draws. Okay, so now I've got a whole bunch of athletes that have just been put into lanes. These little green ones here are telling me that they're set up. So now if we come back to my app, okay, so now we're back in the app. Let's just clear this race out, and I'm just going to pretend this all doesn't need to be here. We're not doing these ones that we've queued up already, so I'm just going to remove all these. Now I'm going to pull a copy down of what is set up in ResultsHQ for today. So we just created a whole bunch of lane draws in ResultsHQ. That is now at the start line in the start line app. So I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to add this one. Update, yep. So now I'm just going to go send it to queue, send it to queue, send it to queue, and I can see who those kids are and I can call them into lanes. I can see these kids and so on. So that's now set up in the queue. So I've got 3 races and here they are. So this is now the alternative to the start line process of keying in athletes. We've now predetermined and then we can edit things if we need to. So that's our 3 alternatives. So key them at the finish line, key them at the start line on the fly because the day will be what the day is, or alternatively the last one, which is we have it all predetermined and then we send that to the start line, and then at the start line they can edit that if they need to and then send it down to the finish line. So that's how we do the timing. Those events that we've just been running, we've also been uploading. So now we've got more results in the system. So let's go and do a points calculation. And now on my home page, I'll see I've got more points now, 72. And at some point in time, you want to have a look and see how all the calculations are going. So let me go turn on one more feature that I didn't turn on before, which is show live results. So I'm going to go to event, results hub. And in here, we've got events that have been ran and uploaded. So that's some hundreds there. And if we go to the leaderboard, we can then see who these are, as in first place, second place, third place. Overall house points is on this screen. So that's more for the MC to hang out in here, and they can keep an eye on all the results and the points and so on. However, you may just want to do some reporting. So if we go into reports drop down leaderboard, we've then got all the dates. So let's use today's date and let's do age, gender, and go view. So I only really need 2 filters on here. There's a whole bunch more, but we can see here we've got these points for these houses, and we've got the best current athlete is on 11 or equal first here. 11 females, so Mimi and Lawson are both on 11 points. Different houses, test 2 versus test 3, and so on. And then the first of the males is Sienna with 11 points. And then we've got the 8 females and the 11 females. So this is basically where you get your age gender champs. This is where you get your house overall points. And then at some, and on this screen as well, you can export out to various options. And then at some point in time, at the end of the day, you may want to just export out everything because you like to look at things in Excel, in which case reports, drop down report builder, click on today's date, I can submit this, and here it is. And then if I want, I can export it out to however I want, or just hit this button and it spits all your results out. Okay, so at a high level, we've looked at how to find and edit an athlete using this search. We've had a look at how to add or edit events to our calendar, as well as going into our calendar and entering and editing results, calculating points, looking at recording sheets, and then also looking at the timing, whether we use the finish line, the start line, or the start line with predetermined list. And then finally, we had a look at points in the report builder and the leaderboard, and in the events with the results hub. So that's a bit of a rundown for you on all the various parts of what we can do at a high level. Hopefully that gives you a good bit of information, and thanks for your time. Have a great day.